So number 3, Parve food into which broth of meat, into both meat and dairy ladle are inserted. Very interesting. So one more time. Parve pot into which both meat and dairy ladle are inserted. I'm not sure how, but let's see. Both of them. If both ben yamo meat and dairy, meat and ben yamo dairy, so meaning both meat ladle and dairy ladle that were used in the same day, clean of course, they were inserted successively, right, one after another, into the Parve food. Cooking into Parve food, cooking in a Parve pot. The pot may become prohibited for the use either with either meat or dairy foods. This may depend upon whether or not both ladles were inserted within the 24 hours of each other. Whether or not the both ladles were ben yamo and other variables, one must consult Rav. So one must consult Rav is in bold. So, but before we consult Rav, let's see and try to understand. I mean, we learn a lot. So many things we can derive. But he said, okay, I give you the information, but I don't rely on you so much because maybe there are some other people tend to judge themselves leniently. And as we learned in our Mechtav Milyahu class, so people cannot rely on their intellect. Why? Because his or her intellect always biased. Unless person work on themselves and they got rid of the bias. But like people, even I had a student and we learned and time came for him to judge to draw halachas. So he did exactly opposite. So I said, how is it possible? We repeated in class 7 times the same thing, and said I thought, and he made up the examples that we never did. Very interesting. So people never see the problem in themselves. That's why he said you have to consult Rav because it's not so simple. Okay, but let's see from the beginning, and we try to understand, try to learn as much as we can. If both ben yamo meat and ben yamo dairy ladle successively inserted into Parve food, cooking in a Parve pot. So the food, the Parve, let's potatoes are cooking into the Parve pot, in a Parve pot, and the person inserted meat ladle that was used in the past 24 hours, and after sometimes does not say why. Okay, he inserted the dairy pot, dairy ladle. The pot may become prohibited for use, meaning right, because mix meat and milk together, right, for use with either meat or dairy foods. Okay, meaning what? Because it's possible, even it's like minute, but it's possible that they mix meat or milk in the pot, right? So meaning that you can use it as a dairy food. Okay. This may depend upon whether or not the ladles were inserted within the 24 hours of each other. So if it's more than 24 hours, so basically it's nothing, the way I understand, but we're going to see in the commentary. Whether or not both ladles were ben yamo and other variables. I mean, we studied that were ben yamo and other variables. So let's see commentary. It's actually from in York Dea 94.5 Rematas. Okay, I'm skipping. An example of this is a Parve soup served with a dairy ladle for lunch and subsequently rewarmed for the dinner. It serves with a meat ladle. So I mean, without this explanation, I mean, it would be hard to understand the scenario, right? So they use this soup and they use the soup is Parve, some vegetable soup, right? And they use the dairy ladle to serve it, right? And then for lunch, and then meat ladle for a dinner, right? Very possible scenario.